There's something special about the Japanese way of living, a quiet elegance that seems to bring order to everything it touches. Their homes, their routines, even the smallest details of daily life feel intentional, balanced, and peaceful. But what's the secret behind this harmony? Today, we'll uncover 10 Japanese minimalist keys that can transform your life, helping you live with more order, peace, and gratitude. These are not just habits. They're timeless principles that have guided generations toward calm and clarity. Before we continue, I'd like to ask you something. Tell me which country and city you're watching from. I'd love to know and leave you a heart. And don't forget to subscribe and help me reach the goal of 1,000 likes. The first key is simplicity in everything. The Japanese believe that beauty lives in what is simple and essential. They call it kanso, a way of removing what's unnecessary until only truth remains. This principle goes beyond design. It's a lifestyle. Whether it's a room, a meal, or a thought, they strip away excess to make space for peace. When you apply kanso to your own life, you stop chasing more and start appreciating what's already there. The second key is respect for the space you live in. In Japan, homes are treated almost like living beings. They're cleaned, cared for, and honored. People bow slightly before entering, remove their shoes, and speak softly. These gestures may seem small, but they build deep awareness. When you respect your environment, it begins to protect your peace in return. The third key is flow, or nagare. Japanese homes are designed so energy moves freely through open spaces and gentle transitions. You can bring this into your life by creating routines that feel natural instead of forced, by letting your days move with rhythm instead of resistance. Because when life flows, peace follows. But the next key is one of the most powerful of all. It's the one that connects the home, the heart, and the mind. The fourth key is seijaku, the art of finding stillness, even in the noise of everyday life. In Japan, calm is not something you wait for. It's something you create. You can see it in the way they move, in how they drink tea, in the silence that surrounds their mornings. Stillness is a habit, not an accident. It's built in small choices. Turning off the TV while you eat, breathing deeply before beginning a task, or sitting quietly for 1 minute before starting your day. These moments of silence act like anchors that keep the heart steady when life feels overwhelming. The Japanese understand that outer order means little without inner calm, and that calm must be cultivated daily, not found by chance. The fifth key is motainai, the feeling of not wasting what is valuable. It's gratitude in action. Nothing is thrown away carelessly, whether it's food, time, or emotion. Every resource is honored, and every possession serves a purpose. Living with motainai teaches you to appreciate enough. You stop overfilling your home, your schedule, and your mind. You start making space for what truly matters. This respect for things is why Japanese homes feel alive. Every object is chosen, every action has intention. When you live this way, peace stops being a dream and becomes a rhythm. The sixth key is kaizen, continuous improvement. Instead of chasing perfection, the Japanese believe in small, steady progress. Each day, one corner cleaned, one drawer simplified, one habit improved. Over time, these little steps become transformation. It's a gentler kind of discipline, one that values consistency over intensity. Kaizen reminds us that change doesn't have to be hard. It just has to begin. And when you start living this way, improvement no longer feels like pressure. It feels like self-respect. But the next key reveals the emotional side of Japanese minimalism, the connection between things, memory, and the heart. The seventh key is mono-no-aware, the gentle awareness of impermanence. It's the understanding that everything changes and that beauty exists in that very change. In Japan, people appreciate a falling cherry blossom, not because it lasts, but because it doesn't. The same applies to the things in their homes and the moments in their lives. They know that nothing is forever, so they live with presence and gratitude. When you apply mono-no-aware to your life, you begin to release the fear of losing and start cherishing what's here now. You hold objects, people, and time more tenderly. It makes you choose carefully, keeping what adds meaning, letting go of what has completed its purpose. That's why Japanese minimalism feels warm, not cold. It's not about removing emotion, it's about refining it. Every object that remains carries memory and love. A teacup passed down, a photo in a simple frame, a wooden spoon used for years. These aren't clutter, they're quiet stories. When you clean or declutter, you're not erasing your past. You're honoring it by keeping only what truly speaks to your heart. The eighth key is wabi-sabi, the beauty of imperfection. In the world that demands flawless lives, wabi-sabi reminds us that cracks and wrinkles are signs of life, not failure. A worn countertop, a faded towel, a chipped plate, they all tell stories of use, care, and time. When you stop chasing perfection, peace finally has space to enter. You start to see beauty in what's real instead of what's ideal. This philosophy brings softness into your home and kindness into your heart. You no longer need to fix everything. You simply need to love it as it is. And that shift changes everything. But the ninth key goes even deeper. It connects the physical space with the invisible energy that flows through it every single day. The ninth key is ki no nagare, the natural flow of energy. In Japan, the way you arrange your space isn't only about looks. It's about how energy moves through it. When energy flows freely, the mind does too. That's why Japanese homes often feel peaceful the moment you step inside, because everything, from the furniture to the air, has room to breathe. They avoid blocking doorways or windows. They keep walkways open, and they choose simplicity so light can move without obstacles. The idea is that when a room flows, life flows. You can bring this into your home by simply removing what feels heavy or misplaced. Look around your space and ask, does this corner breathe or does it feel stuck? Each object either supports peace or steals it. The Japanese pay close attention to these small sensations. They believe that clutter doesn't just block sight, it blocks energy. That's why their homes radiate calm, even when tiny. It's not magic, it's mindfulness. When you align your space, your body starts to relax, your breathing slows, and your mind feels lighter. That's ki no nagare, the unseen order that shapes visible peace. And the last key, perhaps the most important of all, ties everything together. It's what allows these habits, values, and emotions to last through generations. It's not about space or design, but about how you live each moment inside it. The 10th and final key is kokoro, the heart behind every action. Without it, even the cleanest home feels empty. With it, even a humble space feels sacred. Kokoro means doing everything with sincerity, cooking, cleaning, resting, working, all with presence and care. In Japan, people believe that the energy you put into your actions fills your environment. When you move with kindness, the space around you begins to glow with peace. That's why Japanese homes never feel cold or mechanical. They carry warmth because they're maintained with heart. Every habit you've learned, simplicity, gratitude, stillness, flow, all return to this one truth: peace starts from within. When your heart is calm, your home becomes calm. When your thoughts are ordered, your surroundings follow. You don't need to control everything. You just need to bring awareness to what you touch, see, and feel. The Japanese way reminds us that minimalism isn't about removing life, it's about revealing it. When you clear the noise, what remains is meaning, and meaning is what keeps us alive. So as you end this journey through the 10 keys, remember, peace is not found in perfection, but in presence. You can begin right now by breathing deeply, by noticing your surroundings, by thanking your home for holding you today. These small acts, repeated daily, become your meditation. They connect you to the rhythm of life, the beauty of simplicity, and the wisdom of balance. Thank you for joining this journey toward a life of order and peace. If this message touched your heart, share it with someone who needs calm in their day, and don't forget to subscribe. Together, we'll keep spreading Japanese harmony, one peaceful habit at a time. Japanese minimalism is not a trend, it's a way of being. It teaches that order in the home mirrors balance in the soul. When people in Japan organize, they aren't just moving objects. They're moving energy. Every drawer that closes, every item put in place, creates a small echo of peace inside. This is why Japanese homes feel alive. Not because they're perfectly clean, but because they're cared for with love and consistency. You can feel it even in the air. The smell of tatami, the sound of wood sliding softly, the quiet glow of a lamp. Everything whispers calm. When we live with this awareness, we stop rushing through life. We start noticing the sacred in the ordinary. Folding clothes, cleaning a surface, preparing a meal, they all become silent forms of meditation. The Japanese call this shokunin kishitsu, the craftsman spirit, doing every task with heart and precision, no matter how small. You don't need to be in Japan to live this way. All it takes is presence. When your actions are full of attention, your space begins to feel sacred, and peace becomes a natural result. But to keep this peace alive, there's another layer, one that involves how you treat time itself. In Japan, time is treated with the same respect as space. The Japanese believe every moment deserves intention, and how you spend it shapes the atmosphere around you. They don't rush through tasks, they flow through them. This is why their homes feel calm, because their time moves calmly. When they cook fully. When they clean completely. This rhythm creates emotional clarity. You can feel when someone is living mindfully because everything they touch carries peace. That's what the Japanese call ichigo ichi, one moment, one encounter. It means that every moment happens only once, so it deserves your full attention. When you apply this to your home, you stop multitasking and start honoring the moment. You give meaning to the smallest actions, and in return, they give meaning back to you. Your mornings become lighter, your nights more peaceful. The space around you begins to mirror your calm. It's not about slowing down life. It's about finally feeling it. And once you feel it, you never want to go back to chaos. But there's another subtle secret hidden in Japanese simplicity, one that connects gratitude, beauty, and serenity in the gentlest way. That secret is aesthetics of stillness. In Japan, people surround themselves with beauty not to impress, but to soothe. The art of simplicity. A vase with one flower, a cup on a wooden tray, a window open to light. These things hold deep power. They quiet the mind. The Japanese call it shibui, understated elegance. It's beauty that doesn't scream, it whispers. It doesn't need to be noticed. It needs to be felt. You can bring this into your life by choosing what calms you. Soft colors, natural materials, gentle scents. Remove what shouts, keep what soothes. Over time, you'll notice how your surroundings begin to guide your emotions. Beauty becomes not decoration, but therapy. Every time you look at a simple, balanced space, your body relaxes. Your breathing slows. This is why Japanese interiors feel like a sigh, a long exhale after a busy day. They're designed not to impress, but to heal. And that healing begins the moment you decide to live with intention. But there's still one more step, something that transforms the philosophy of minimalism into a living practice you can feel every single day. That practice is mindfulness, kokoro no chawa, the harmony of the heart. It's the habit of being present in whatever you do. In Japan, mindfulness isn't reserved for meditation cushions. It happens while cooking, cleaning, or even pouring tea. Each gesture becomes an act of awareness. When you live this way, peace is no longer something to chase. It's something you cultivate moment by moment. Try it yourself. While washing dishes, feel the temperature of the water, listen to the sound, breathe deeply. Suddenly, a simple task becomes a grounding ritual. That's the power of mindfulness. It turns routine into renewal. It doesn't take extra time. It just takes attention. When your heart is calm, everything around you softens. You notice light, movement, texture, life itself. This kind of living doesn't demand perfection. It invites connection. And once you've experienced that connection, you'll see that peace was never about what you own. It was about how you live. But one last insight remains. The invisible thread that ties all 10 keys together and makes them last a lifetime. That invisible thread is gratitude. The Japanese weave it into everything they do, from the way they greet others to the way they handle objects. When they say arigato, it means more than thank you. It means I am grateful for this moment, for you, for what is. This quiet gratitude builds peace faster than any system or method. When you live with gratitude, you stop needing more because you finally see what's already enough. You clean because you're thankful for your home. You organize because you appreciate what you have. You slow down because you respect your time. Gratitude turns chores into choices and work into care. It's the heart of Japanese living, simple, humble, transformative. When you bring gratitude into your daily life, your environment begins to glow differently. The same kitchen, the same table, the same day, but suddenly they feel alive. That's what gratitude does. It shifts the light. And it's this light that sustains the peace you've been building through every key so far. But before we close, there's something deeper than even gratitude, the emotional soul of Japanese minimalism itself. At its soul, Japanese minimalism is compassion, or moyari. It's the quiet awareness of how your actions affect others and your surroundings. When you live with omoyari, you naturally become gentle, not just with people, but with space, with time, with yourself. You move softer, speak kinder, and live slower. You begin to notice how even a closed door can carry respect, how a quiet voice brings peace, how a well-kept home becomes a gift to everyone who enters it. Compassion turns minimalism from discipline into kindness. You no longer clean to control. You clean to care. You no longer simplify to show. You simplify to soothe. This energy fills every room with warmth. It's the reason Japanese homes never feel empty, because they're filled with heart. When you start living with omoyari, you create peace not only for yourself, but for everyone around you. And that perhaps is the highest form of order, when harmony extends beyond walls and becomes a way of being. Yet to truly complete this journey, one final truth remains, a message that brings all 10 keys into one lasting practice. When you bring together all these 10 Japanese keys, simplicity, respect, flow, stillness, gratitude, mindfulness, impermanence, harmony, compassion, and heart, you begin to live differently. You move with grace instead of rush. You breathe without effort. You find joy not in what you have, but in how you live. Your home becomes a mirror of your peace, and your peace becomes a light for others. This is the essence of Japanese minimalism. Not about owning less, but about seeing more. Seeing beauty in silence, meaning in repetition, love in order. You no longer wait for calm. You create it. Every drawer closed, every corner cleared, every moment appreciated, it all adds up to a life that feels lighter, freer, and deeply alive. You start realizing that peace isn't somewhere out there. It's right here, in your next breath, your next action, your next gentle choice. So begin now, wherever you are. Open a window, clear one small space, take one deep breath and whisper thank you. Peace will meet you halfway. Thank you for watching and for walking this path toward a life of order and peace. Don't forget to subscribe and share this message with someone who deserves calm in their home.